Welcome to the Coaching Clinic with John and Angie.
The show for professional coaches who want to develop their skills and grow their business.
Follow the show on your favorite podcast app.
And join us every Wednesday for new episodes. Hey everybody, it's Angie from the Coaching Clinic. So what I want to talk about is how you do your sessions. How do you deliver them? Do you deliver them in person, face-to-face? Do you deliver them over the phone? I would love to hear all of the perspectives on what has worked for you, what hasn't worked for you, because I definitely have something to say about it. So the first thing that I wanted to address is that in terms of meeting face-to-face, I'm not really sure there's a lot of people still doing that. Being really honest, I'm curious that if you are, do you have a dedicated office space that you're using? Are you renting a space to do that? And what do you feel like the benefits are to meeting in person? I always like to look at both sides of that coin. Is it great for you? Do you not want to do it that way? Is it that your clients are comfortable doing that? I do feel like that's a little bit out there now because you're limited in terms of who you can speak to and when. Somebody like me, I have global clients, so we're not going to be meeting in person. We're not doing that. So it limits me as a coach. It limits the amount of outreach that I have. So for me, meeting in person, although that was how it began for me, it just doesn't work anymore. But if it's working for you, I'm still curious, would still love to know in what ways it works, why, and all of those things. If you've shifted, I'd like to hear that too. So then the other side of it is, do you meet virtually face to face? Or are you on the phone? I have done both. And I have to say, for me personally, I love to have the phone conversations. And here's why. The benefits of this is that I feel like I am much more in tune to what is being said, tonality of the client, what's not being said. I'm much more tuned into what's happening on the other side of the phone. I'm listening for the words, I'm listening for the tone, the rate of speech. I am definitely more engaged or more in tune with their energy and how they're actually showing up for this call. And I've had tremendous success meeting with clients in this way. Things have changed over the years. I now have clients that, although I might say to them, this is my preferred method of delivering these sessions, I also have people that now they're like, no, 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 no. I need to see your face. So I asked, tell me why. And I'm not telling you no. I'm just curious as to why. And one person actually responded and told me it was because it would actually hold them more accountable if they could look at, meaning that they wouldn't just give me the surface answers. They wouldn't try and kind of hide the truth. I don't think they were trying to say, well, I can't lie to your face, but I can lie to you over the phone. I don't think that was it, but I do have to say that we are much more honest when we're looking somebody in the face than if we are on the phone with them. So maybe that is a plus that I haven't considered before. But at the end of the day, the distractions are also limited when I am on the phone. So if you look at me right now, I don't know if John's going to post it this way, but I think on our new YouTube channel, he's going to. So if you see, I am centered with the photo with the painting behind me, but it's off center. First of all, I would never record professionally knowing I did that. But something like that on the other side, if I'm looking, I'm watching energy too. I have to tell you, that would be driving me crazy. If somebody was sitting in frame the way I am, that is something that would distract me. And I'm not saying for the entire session, because obviously as a coach, I need to learn how to harness myself and my energies. And for sure, right, I have to stay in touch with that. So I'd have to let it go, but it would absolutely be a distraction for me. Now, there's all sorts of technology. There's noise reduction and things like that. We can't always prevent that, but people walking into the room, I've had it happen. Now, if I'm on the phone, I wouldn't necessarily know that somebody walked in to hand somebody their lunch, or that the dog is running behind them, or the kids are running behind them. I wouldn't know any of that unless they told me. And of course, there was noise behind them. But to me, it just creates more of a distraction-free environment Whereas being on the phone, the only thing that I am distracted by is noise. Now, with technology being what it is, there's plenty of ways to avoid that, to eliminate that. But what we see visually to me is just one of the things that I don't want to contend with, because my sessions tend to get pretty deep. I don't want to ruin a moment. I don't want to ruin what's happening in that space because of some distraction. Even for them, I've had people say, "Oh my gosh, I see that picture behind you. Is that your daughter? Who is that?" And so I shifted. Nobody really likes the painting behind me, including me, and that's good because it's pretty benign and doesn't become a topic of discussion. It's just how I show up, and it's what they expect to see. I don't even put books behind me anymore because I don't want people going, "Oh, did you read that book? I'm looking behind you and I see that Little House on the Prairie book," or something, whatever it is. And I'm going, "That's just my bookshelf." Like, so, of course, we can strategically place things behind us, like plants. I've had that happen where somebody's like, "Oh, do you like plants? I love plants. What kind of plants do you like?" Distraction. For me, pure distraction. I do really feel like it's a personal experience, but I think at the end of it, you have to become comfortable with how you're delivering your sessions. This way, you're able to focus on your client and the session and what you're discussing with them rather than what is going on around you. I know there's lots of positives and there's lots of negatives that I probably haven't discussed today. So, with that being said, I'm opening the floor. I would love to hear, how do you host your sessions? Or if you're new to coaching, how do you think you want to host your sessions? Have you had coaching? What worked? What didn't? Did you feel that you wished you could see your coach in person and this way build better rapport or connect better? Is that part of it for you? Or are you really more vulnerable? This is another thing that I have found, more vulnerable when you're on the phone. It's just easier to say things when you're not looking somebody in the face. It's very true for a lot of people, especially adults. And this way, you know what? We don't have to stay locked eye to eye. Sometimes, I mean, most of the time, I'm taking notes. It can be a big distraction for people if I'm typing them or if I'm writing them. And I know, don't come at me. I do use AI for note taking. However, in my personal note taking for that particular client, I still love to write my notes. And the reason why is because there's things that I can do with my pen and paper that I cannot do on a computer. So for me, I might want to put question marks and circle something, put a star next to something that I want to make sure I come back to. That doesn't happen quickly enough when I'm typing out notes. So I get it. Technology is the thing, but I still like to kind of go back and look at those notes and review the conversation and say, did I miss something here? Or is this something to look forward to the next time that I might want to find out more about? So, again, we've all got our ways of doing things. I'm curious. Just give us a shout out. You know how to do that. Come find us on YouTube, but also just reach out, ask us, tell us, how do you do it? What do you think the best way is for you to deliver the most impactful sessions that you can, whether it's in person, virtually face to face, or over the phone? Do you have a question for the coaching clinic?
Reach out on LinkedIn to connect with Angie and John.
Leave us a voicemail or video message and we will feature you on the show.
You can also leave up to 90-second voicemail for free on www.speakpipe.com/the Coaching Clinic podcast.
We'd love to hear from you.
See you next time.
Bye for now.